Miles Plumlee's checked in for the Bucs. 1:36 left here in the opening quarter. Carter Williams against Bledsoe. Plumlee sets the pick for Carter Williams. And Plumlee kicks to Bayless. They grab their own miss. Tries again. And there's the nice layup by Plumlee.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
It always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
Now here's Bledsoe. Feeds it to Booker. The tray. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. And the Suns lead by 13. Kicks it to Bayless. Henson with the screen.
Devin Booker. That's his first personal foul.
Carter Williams kicks to Henson. There's the bucket. Good. Henson's got his second basket of the game.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number one for them right now.
Now here's Bledsoe. 30 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Clock at 6. Now the pass to Warren. Another three for Phoenix.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
Carter Williams with it. From 12 feet out. And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. And let's hear from Tyson Chandler. He talked about what he brings to this team. Chandler has long been the kind of player all coaches want on their team. He's the definition, Greg, of an unselfish player who doesn't care about his ego or his stats.
And he knows that and prides himself on it. That also makes him the kind of player his teammates appreciate so much because they know nobody wins any rings without a guy like Tyson Chandler on the team.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And for the Suns, this has been the game they wanted to have.
They came out with the purpose of playing for one another, making the extra pass throughout that first quarter.
Guys, that is simply just good basketball. I mean, really good basketball. Total team effort out there.
We've got Chandler. Warren is out there with John Lure. Then there's Bledsoe, and it's Booker in at the 2. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Well, for Jabari Parker in his rookie year, not the kind of NBA career start that he wanted. Played great. Was probably the rookie of the year up until the time he was injured, blowing the knee and cutting his season short.
A great call. He definitely would have had a great chance. Really just made a transition seamlessly. Very efficient as a rookie before that injury, but which was a really tough thing to watch for anyone as he was showing so much promise early on in his career.
Plumlee hits them both.
And for Parker, he could have been in the Rookie of the Year running with this play, scoring just over 12 points a game and shooting almost 50% before the injury ended his season.
Here's Lure. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Chandler is screen. Lure the pass to Booker. Shot is off. The Bucks go the other way with it. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone.
And even in the short glimpses of last season, you could see that Parker was the real deal. I mean, he had no problem finding ways to score. And even with his injury setback, he should be a great player for years to come.
Now here's Bledsoe. A leaner. And that's off the glass and in. Bledsoe's got his first points of the game.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Carter Williams kicks to Middleton. Back to Carter Williams. Dishes it to Hardaway. Here's Parker. It's blocked. To the middle. Here's Booker. And Parker with the block. And the shot is good. The Phoenix lead has been cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Plumlee.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Now here's Bledsoe. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Now Carter Williams. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. For three, Middleton. Rebound by the Suns. They've led by as many as 14 points. Chandler dishes to Warren. He kicks it to Lure. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, that man is going for the jugular.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated. Yeah, it's got to be concerned with all the missed shots here, and every team goes through cold streaks. You just got to figure out a way to stay productive.
And the best way to do that when you're missing shots is to get to the foul line. Be aggressive, get to the foul line, and knock down some of those freebies, and the tide can turn for you.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. Jason Kidd was just going over the plan with his team. He told his guys that their offense needed to run through Monroe. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. Being in the position they're in, probably a smart move to go to the clipboard and switch things up while we're still in the first half. Kevin?
Thanks, Doris.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, then you know what's going to happen. There are going to be points put on the board.
And the dunk by Len.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
And guys, with the Suns last year, it wasn't a full return to that 7 seconds or less era, but it was pretty close. And the Suns were right at the top in terms of pace of play.
The Bucs shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game. Well, as our listeners and our viewers know, we love analytics, and pace is how many possessions you see during an average game. The Suns were close, Clark, to 100.
Yeah, only the Rockets and Warriors played at a higher pace than the Suns did, Kevin. And pushing the pace is really when they were most effective.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Well, Milwaukee last year became just the 9th team in NBA history to go from Greg being the worst in the league to a playoff team.
Unbelievable what they accomplished. And they had a tough matchup in the first round with the playoff season Bulls, however. Things didn't go well, but they did get some valuable experience from that effort.
The Bucs making a switch here. Antetokounmpo's checked in. Now here's Parker. He's got 5. Here's Hardaway. Rejected by Len. They retain possession.
Boy, they're really battling, guys. Not sitting back, being aggressive, attacking when they have the chance. I like that.
Man, I like their approach to the game right now. There's tremendous aggression on both ends, putting the onus on the officials.
Jared Bayless has checked in for Michael Carter-Williams.
Well, as you said, guys, I mean, the Bucs struggled early in their series against the Bulls, but they got the momentum and forced a Game 6, but then were blown out at home to end the series. Ended up losing by 54. That's right, 54. Wow. 3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
Now here is Hardaway. They set the pick. Parker passes to Hardaway. He dishes it to Monroe. Parker outside. Len grabs the board. Len's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
And as you said, the Bucks lost on their home floor. One thing about that series is the Bucks introduced their new logo. They gave away free playoff tickets to anyone that turned in their old red gear. Not a bad deal in my book. Ooh, just shook his man loose with a crafty play inside.
And then the dunk just tops it off beautifully.
High-level skills being showcased out there now, fellas. I mean, that was a terrific hoop.
And the Bucks making a change here. Henson's checked in. Spanulis passes to Len. To the inside. And it's Warren with the jam.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
Boy, that was a violent throw down there.
You're telling me.
I mean, it's almost like he doesn't like the rim.
Knight passes to Spanulis. Rebound by Greg Monroe. Bucks trail by 17. Hardaway with it. And it's Knight picking him up.
Phoenix foul.
The Bucks have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8.
That's his first.
And he knocks down the first one.
Shooting for Phoenix, Tim Hardaway. Taking 2 shots.
And he makes both free throws. 1:57 left now here in the second. One thing about Greg Monroe, he is a highly skilled big.
He really is. I love the fact that he can do so much. He can post you up, he can pop out and knock down the 15-footer. He's an outstanding passer, and at his size, those are skills that have served him and his teams well.
And Bayless kicks to Hardaway. Shoots the 3.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see. And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
Now, here is Knight. He's got 6, and the dunk by Len.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard, Clark.
Yes,
Bring it down
sir.
hard,
Yes,
my
sir.
brother.
Yes, sir.
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight. And getting back to Greg Monroe, guys, he made some subtle strides last season. Best rebounding average of his career, up to 75% on his free throws. And how about this little nugget? Not one three-point attempt last season. That tells you he's starting to mature.
Here's Spanulis following the bucket by the Bucks. Right wing, shoots it. Toletovic misses.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down. And you know, with some people, they'll always find something wrong with Monroe's game. He'll never make the all-defensive team. He kind of looks like he's playing at half speed, but he produces, and he does it within the team confines.
The Bucks have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
And guys, you know what? That's made things hard for them in a lot of their games. I mean, that inability to convert their chances at the free throw line.
Plumlee, he's checked in for Milwaukee.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Here's Len, and the powerful one-handed slam.
Elevates and powers in the one-hand.
Textbook.
Yeah, and I'm glad, guys, he doesn't go overboard on that one and get a little too fancy.
Here is Bayless. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. It's deflected. Here's Spanulis, and it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline.
Well, Tyson, what...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.